Ready ji, 80 plus English 10 minutes start. All monies received by or on behalf of the government, either as dues of government or for deposit, remittance, or otherwise, shall be brought into government account without delay in accordance with such general or special rules as may be issued under Articles 150 and 283 within bracket 1 of the Constitution. Under Article 284 of the Constitution, all monies received by or deposited with any officer employed in connection with the affairs of the Union in his capacity as such, other than revenues or public monies raised or received by government, shall be paid into the public account. All monies received by or deposited with the Supreme Court of India or with any other court other than a high court within a union territory shall also be dealt with in accordance with clause within bracket small I of sub rule within bracket 1. The head of account to which such monies shall be credited and the withdrawal of monies therefrom shall be governed by the relevant provisions of Government Accounting Rules 1990 and the Central Government Account bracket start receipts and payments bracket closed Rules 1983 or such other general or special orders as may be issued in this behalf. It is the duty of the Department of the central government concerned to ensure that the receipts and dues of the government are correctly and promptly assessed, collected, and duly credited to the consolidated fund or public account as the case may be. The controlling officer shall arrange to obtain from his subordinate officers monthly accounts and returns in suitable form, claiming credit for the amounts paid into the treasury or bank as the case may be, or otherwise accounted for, and compare them with the statements of credits furnished by the accounts officer to see that the amounts reported as collected have been duly credited. For this, each accounts officer will send an extract from his accounts showing the amounts brought to credit in the accounts in each month to the controlling officer concerned. Detailed rules and procedure regarding assessment, collection, allocation, remission, and abandonment of revenue and other receipts shall be laid down in the regulations of the department responsible for the same. In departments in which officers are required to receive monies on behalf of government and issue receipts, therefore, in Form 6, the departmental regulations should provide for the maintenance of a proper account of the receipt and issue of the receipt books, the number of receipt books to be issued at a time to each officer, and a check with the officer's accounts of the used books when returned. Amounts due to government shall not be left outstanding without sufficient reasons. Where such amounts appear to be irrecoverable, the orders of the competent authority shall be obtained for their adjustment unless specially authorized by any rule or order made by competent authority. No sums shall be credited as revenue by debit to a suspense head. The credit must follow and not precede actual realization, subject to any general or special orders issued by a department of the central government, an administrator, or a head of a department responsible for the collection of revenue shall keep the finance ministry fully informed of the progress of collection of revenue under his control and of all important variations in such collections as compared with the budget estimates. When the maintenance of any rentable building is entrusted to a civil department other than the Central Public Works Department, the administrator or the head of the department concerned shall be responsible for the due recovery of the rent thereof. The procedure for the assessment and recovery of rent of any building hired out will be regulated generally by the rules applicable to residences under the direct charge of the Central Public Works Department. The detailed rules and procedure regarding the demand and recovery of rent of government buildings and lands are contained in the departmental regulations of the departments in charge of those buildings. Every authority having the power to impose and oblique or realize a fine shall ensure that the money is realized, duly checked and deposited into a treasury or bank as the case may be. Every authority having the power to refund fines shall ensure that the refunds are checked and no double refunds of amounts of fines collected or refunds of fines not actually paid into a treasury or bank as the case may be are made. The accounts officer shall watch the realization of miscellaneous demands of government not falling under the ordinary revenue administration, such as contributions from state governments, local funds, contractors, and others towards establishment charges. A claim to revenue shall not be remitted or abandoned save with the sanction of the competent authority, subject to any general or special orders issued by the government departments of the central government, administrators, and heads of departments other than those in the Department of Posts shall submit annually on the 1st of June to the audit officer and the accounts officer concerned statements showing the remissions of revenue and abandonment of claims to revenue.